Turkey has long been a key player in the Middle East, but recent events in the country have shown just how fragile the region truly is. Now, with Russian leader Vladimir Putin involved more than ever, will a Russian, Turkish, and Iranian strategic triangle emerge? ILTV's Steve Leibowitz sat down with Jerusalem Post editor Ilan Evyatar to find out more.
Ilan Evyatar, editor of the Jerusalem Report. In your most recent column in the Jerusalem Post, you ask the question, will a Russian, Turkish, Iranian strategic triangle emerge, or is it all just short-term tactical? What's the bottom line? What's the answer?
Well, Steve, I think the bottom line is that if we are going to see any kind of triangle emerge, it's going to be a tactical alliance, a short-term tactical alliance, because the sides quite clearly have opposing long-term interests.
What would you say are the opposing interests? Let's say, what are the main interests of Turkey and Iran and Russia in the region?
Right. Well, let's look at each of the sides. I mean, Turkey has come under heavy criticism in the West. Its relations with the West have soured, particularly in the wake of the coup. And even before that, we saw a more pragmatic realignment of Erdogan's foreign policy, seeking a rapprochement with Russia in late June before the coup, the normalization of ties with Israel, and we see them also seeking to strengthen ties with Egypt. And since realigning ties with Russia, they've also made overtures toward Iran. Turkey fears that the situation in Syria will lead to the emergence of a continuum of Kurdish control in northern Syria. And we saw the Turkish Prime Minister making comments yesterday that Turkey won't allow Syria to be divided along ethnic lines. And clearly he's referring to the Kurds. I don't think he really cares about the other ethnic lines. And we also see the Turks fearing a massive influx of refugees, a new influx of refugees from Syria.
Normally when I would hear Russian, Iranian, Turkish triangle alliance, I would be fearful for Israel's sake. Is there any reason to worry about this kind of an alliance from Israel's point of view?
No, I don't think we need to fear an alliance that would turn against Israel. First of all, both Russia and Turkey are seeking good ties with Israel. Prime Minister Netanyahu meets regularly with President Putin. Trade between the two countries is strong. Israel and Turkey have normalized their relations, and we can expect to see trade ties continue to flourish between those two countries.
One would think that those facts would push Iran out of the equation, and yet you're saying that they are also part of this alliance.
Well, they were very pleased to see Turkey and Russia warm their ties. Iran sees an opportunity to move Ankara away from Saudi Arabia's anti-Iranian axis. Iran and Russia too have joint energy interests, but then on the other hand, in the long term, the differences between the sides are fundamentally opposed. Iran sees itself as Iran wants to achieve a crescent stretching from Iran through Syria onto Lebanon, a Shiite crescent. Turkey sees itself as a leader of the Sunni world, and they have so clearly they clash there, and there are also long-term strategic differences between Iran and Russia. Iran sees itself as an empire, Russia sees itself as a superpower.
So it's really an alliance because basically everyone hates Islamic State.
Indeed, I mean, perhaps the only place where they can truly cooperate is in the fight against Daesh, because all sides have a problem with the Islamic State.
Ilan Evyatar, Ilan Evyatar, editor of the Jerusalem Report. Thanks so much for being with us at ILTV.
Thank you.